So has the sex thing changed since?
I am not telling you. Bryce, you better get up my bed.
You're returning to our TVs with Marriage Boot Camp Hip Hop Edition. Why the hell did you want to sign yourself up for this crazy show, Phaedra?
You know what? Because they had asked me a few times and I had declined. And so I said, well, they said, you should ask, anyone that you really know and trust. And so I called Lovo because I trust her judgment and, I've known her for years. And I said, what was it like? Should I do it? And she said, you absolutely should do it. She said, it is the best experience I've ever had on television. But she said, Phaedra, I made friends for a lifetime. I got real counseling. I got great advice. And she said, it really changed my outlook on love and life. And so from that conversation, I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. Because obviously we know, everybody knows I know how to work and I'm well prepared to get a college degree and make great business decisions. But when it comes to relationships, I need 101. I need relationships for dummies because I have not made the best decisions in that department. So, and I had a lot of anxiety around dating, and I had been in a relationship with a guy from Chicago and I just wanted to make better choices. And, and I knew that from just my past with relationships, I needed help. I needed real counseling. And so that's what I was seeking to make my next, move, my best move.
TV's Queen of Shade, Phaedra, is back.
I love it.
Ready to dish.
Medina and I have never had sex.
Damn.
You shock the audience in that first episode by revealing nothing's happened really. No sex has gone down.
Yeah. And I mean, this is the thing. Because my relationship with Tone was very passionate, and sometimes passion is blinding, and I just wanted to make sure that we got to know each other without the physical portion first, because, I'd already done that. And so one of my good girlfriends says, a mistake is something you do once. When you do it twice, it becomes a habit. And so I want to make sure that I'm not getting into a habit of moving too fast. And so, Medina's a great guy and, we're long distance. So I had to make sure it was right.
Give me the Cliff Notes of how you two got together for people who don't know.
Well, we have a mutual best buddy that pushed us together, but we saw each other on a dating site. And, he had, reached out to me on the dating site, but I didn't respond. And so then our mutual friend, he called him and was like, what's up with Phaedra? And he's like, she's cool. He's like, well, I've been reaching out to her on this dating site, but she's not responding. So he's like, oh, hold on. So then he clicks, I was like, hey, you remember Medina? Because I had met him many times in Atlanta because he was here for the Have and Have Nots. He's like, you remember Medina? I was like, oh, yeah. He's like, he's been reaching out to you. I was like, oh, okay. And so I was like, I don't know. Okay. So then I was like, let me look at his picture right quick so I can refresh my memory. And I was like, oh, okay. And so he's like, I'm going to just give him your number. Long story short, he called me. We talked for 3 straight hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. So we talked for all those hours. Then, from there, he's like, hey, I'm going to come to Atlanta. Then I went to, LA. And so it was on and popping.
How long had you and Medina been together before you went to do Marriage Boot Camp?
We had been dating for about 4 months, but we were bi-coastal. And so that's a little different as well because he's in LA and I'm in Atlanta. So, that's hard in itself, but he wanted to move the relationship a little faster than me. And so, but from my relationship with Tone, I knew that I just needed to not move so fast and make sure that it was the right relationship and that, we had crossed all our I's and dotted all our I's and crossed all our T's before moving it into another round.
If I'm doing my math right, we're approaching almost a year since you got together. Are we still together?
I don't want to give away everything. But okay, I just got off the phone with him, so we'll leave it at that. Because you gotta tune in. I need you to watch and tune in.
Yes, we'll be tuning in, but I mean, there was a very public Instagram that everybody picked up, was like, Phaedra's got a new guy. And then we really haven't seen him on your Instagram since.
Well, the thing is, and I actually posted him on my stories 2 days ago. But I find that when you are too public and you post too much, it puts too much scrutiny on the relationship, and people, want to make comments, or they want to be very active in, what's going on in your private life. And so, I'm very aware of what I post, and I want to propel people to think about things that really matter. And what I'm doing in my house, in my bed, honey, does not matter for the entire world. So quarantine has obviously put the brakes on us seeing one another. But even if we could, I don't know if it's safe for anyone to be exchanging too much bodily fluids, honey. Now you need a whole panel of blood work before you do. Honey, you need a panel of blood work before you let anybody in your house.
Okay, so has the sex thing changed since?
I am not telling you. Bryce, you better get up, my baby.
I don't know, you're asking for full panels of blood work. That implies something.
Medina, how long is long enough?
Now.
Phaedra. I mean, you're great to me and all that, but I mean.
See the butt? Did you catch the butt? You caught the butt. My man in the front caught the butt.
The last love was so hurtful, I don't want to make the same mistake.
You say in that premiere that you're kind of shy about getting serious with somebody else. Were you able to work through that by doing the show?
Yeah, I think the show allowed us time that we would have never had. I really got to know him on a different level, because, when you're dating, especially when you're dating bi-coastal, you get off a flight, you go out for a nice dinner, everything's very pretty.
You show your best self all the time, which you can't do when you're living with someone.
Exactly, but what I found is I really could live with him. We really got along so well in those close quarters. I mean, it strengthened it just made us totally connect.
Do you see yourself getting married again?
Honey, if someone can handle this woman, I'm a whole lot of woman and a little bit of package. I'm like dynamite. Deadly, honey. But, I would love to. I mean, I love the institution of marriage. And marriage is a great thing when it's the right person and you understand the business of marriage. Because marriage is definitely, it's like a partnership. Right, in every sense of it.
There's a legal contract involved, so.
Oh, yes, it is. And with me, it'll be a prenup involved too.
Can Medina handle all this woman?
You know what? I think so. I've always dated bad boys, And when I say he is so kind, so sweet, tall, beautiful, a gentleman, I mean, it's refreshing. I mean, it is like a dip in a nice, cool pond.
Obviously, dating with kids is a whole other thing because you're a whole package with two boys. When do you know it's time to introduce them to the man who's in your life?
Well, this is the thing. My children are my prized possessions. And so I don't introduce them to anyone because, first of all, you have to be in a place where I fully trust you and I know that you're going to be a permanent fixture. Because children are impressionable. They've talked on the phone, but no face-to-face meetings or anything like that. Because if we're getting married, then that means, hey, it's forever.
Bringing it back to the show, what did you learn about yourself from this experience?
Well, I learned that I could live in a house with a lot of different crazy people. But really, as far as me personally, I'm very type A, and I'm very much a perfectionist. And maybe in love there isn't the perfect situation. You just sort of have to adapt to it. And so I think that's what I really learned about myself is everything can't be, black or white or just perfect at all times.
I gotta ask, because it's that time of year again where people are speculating about who's on Housewives, who's not. Everybody wants you back. Do you even want to go back to that show?
You know what? It's flattering that, people often ask about me, but right now I'm trying to find love. I mean, that's where my focus is, not fighting, love. And so it's flattering that, you know, people think of me when they think of the housewives. And I mean, you know, it was a great experience. And so
you're not saying no, but you're not saying yes either.
This is the thing. Life is about growth. And so, you know, I'm not a one-dimensional person. And so you've got to do things that are in the best interest of who you want to be, and as a parent, who you want your children to see you as. And so as a mother, I want to do things that my children can always look back on and be very proud of. And so, you know, I'm at a point now, my little guys are 7 and 10. And so we make decisions as a family. And so, you know, when I decided to go marriage boot camp, we had a very long conversation about it because I explained to them what mommy was doing and they were okay with it. And so, you know, that's where I am with all of my decisions. It has to be the best thing for me as a parent, parenting 2 African-American boys that will grow up to be, you know, the president and the king.